One cold day in ancient Russia, in a large palace called the Winter Palace, there was a beautiful little princess called Anastasia. She lived in a big palace with her family, and loved to play and laugh with her grandmother, Empress Maria, who loved her very much. One special night, Grandma Maria gave little Anastasia a special gift, a small gold necklace with the words "Together Forever" written on it. This gift meant that their relationship would remain strong no matter what happened. On that cold night, something frightening happened. The Russian Revolution broke out, and the country began to change rapidly. The royal family had to flee to save themselves. But in the midst of the chaos, Anastasia got lost from her family as they tried to escape the palace. She was a little girl and didn't know where to go, so she held onto her grandmother's hand, but because of the crowds, her hand got loose and she was lost in the darkness. Years passed, and Anastasia grew up in an orphanage. She remembered nothing of her former life as a princess and knew herself only as Anna. She always felt like something was missing in her life, like there was an unfinished story. Little did she know that she was the Princess Anastasia that everyone was looking for. One day, she decided to start her own life. She was advised to go to Paris, where Empress Maria used to live. Maybe she could find something that would bring back her memory. On her way, she met a brave young man named Dimitri, who was looking for a girl who looked like the long-lost Princess Anastasia, because he knew that Empress Maria would give a big reward to anyone who found her granddaughter. Dimitri didn't know that this girl was actually the real Anastasia. But he decided to take her with him to Paris to present her to the Empress. During their journey, Anastasia started to remember some things. She started seeing images in her memory, the palace, the garden, the games she used to play. There were distant memories creeping into her mind. The closer she got to Paris, the more she felt something connecting her to the past. An evil person named Rasputin was following on Anastasia's footsteps. Rasputin wanted to eliminate the entire royal family, and he used black magic to corrupt Anastasia's path. He was trying everything to prevent her from reaching Paris. One night, Anastasia had a terrifying encounter with Rasputin. He was trying to use his dark powers to stop her, but she wasn't alone. With Dimitri's help, Anastasia was able to defeat Rasputin and destroy his evil magic for good. When she finally arrived in Paris, Anastasia was very nervous. She entered the palace where her grandmother, Empress Maria, lived, knowing that this was her big test. But she didn't expect the grandmother to recognize her immediately. But the Empress was hesitant. She had received many girls claiming to be Anastasia. But when Anastasia gave the grandmother the necklace she had been carrying since childhood, the Empress immediately recognized it. This is her real granddaughter. Anastasia had finally returned to her family. Although she realized she was a princess, she didn't want to go back to the palace life. She wanted to live her life in her own way with Dimitri, who became her husband and a special person in her life.